clams with linguine sauce. No, it's linguine with clam sauce. Yet again, we're back for another session of Cooking with Manus. Here's your disclaimer. I am not a chef, so if you want to follow along, that's all on you. I really just figured this out just by, watching videos, watching my father cook. I've watched my father do it plenty of times, and I never really learned anything until I tried it myself, and I kind of just remembered certain things from what he was doing. But today, we'll be doing linguine with clam sauce. So what do we have here? We've got our linguine, of course. Fresh is always the best. Clams. You're gonna need some garlic, some oil, olive oil, white wine, some of your worst white wine. This is not for drinking, this is for cooking. Crushed red chili flakes. I like to use basil leaves and oregano on everything just because I love having everything taste like pizza. At the end, I like finishing everything off with some grated cheese. That's it. All right, let's see what happens. All right, well, this is my favorite part, chopping the garlic. For those folks out there that don't really normally cook at home, one pro tip, sharp knives are very helpful. I really love prepping. I actually like the whole slicing part. Problem is, it takes me forever. So a normal dish that would take 20 minutes would take about 40 minutes with me because I'm sitting there just chopping and slicing. And then you get lost in it. It's pretty soothing, actually. I kind of love prep. I think that's why they also say, when you cook, you cook with love. And you cook for people you love. Because why the hell would I sit here chopping for like 20, 30 minutes if I didn't really care about who I was going to feed after this? I mean, if it was for me, it'd be fine, but it's kind of crazy to spend this much time on your own meal. But then, is it really? Is it? I don't think so. I think you spend as much time as you like on yourself and the people you love. Hence, my ridiculous chopping times. Luckily, for this dish, all you're chopping is garlic. If it was other things, it'd be a very long video, wouldn't it? But it's going to be a not so short, not so long one because I have to chop up. The only thing you have to chop here is garlic. And that's really all you're doing. You're chopping garlic. That's really the only quote-unquote skill that comes in here. Everything else is just timing. Everything else is just trying not to screw this up. This is the only part where, you're trying not to chop your fingers off. Apparently, the secret to this dish is a lot of frickin' oil. Now you got your garlic swimming. They're dancing a little bit. You don't want to burn them, so at this point, you throw your clams in. Get your clams in there. Don't be too heavy-handed with this, but I love putting in my my red peppers. I always feel like I don't put enough in, but you may want to put less. If you've got fresh parsley, which we don't, now's the time, but I'm just going to put in some basil flakes. I love my seasoning. And again, the oregano, because I love everything to taste like pizza. Yeah. I feel like you don't have to do that much. It's just heat. So here's a little secret. I'm not really cooking these guys, because these clams are pre-cooked. But if you're working with fresh clams, you're going to want to cook these a little longer, to make sure they open up. Nobody said this had to be difficult, and this is cooking with Manus. Things are easier with cooking with Manus. Cooking is patience. This is fresh pasta. So fresh pasta, you're looking at like 2 to 3 minutes. It's quick. In, out. Don't overcook this. Well, yeah, once you get in here, you're going to want to separate it out, make sure they don't stick together, and make sure you watch your time. All right, now that all these guys are open, this is where we add some wine. I would tell you how much, wine or even oil to put in, but I can't because I don't know. So that's 2 equal parts. You got the clam sauce going, and you got the pasta cooking, and then you're gonna bring them together later, and it's gonna become a dance. That's where all the flavors get absorbed into each other, and voila! I told you, cutting the garlic was the hardest part. Oh, this is beautiful. And into this. Oh, wait. It's always fresh pasta. You can always tell it's going to be good. You can see it in the texture. Think everybody? Anybody left behind? Leave no noodle left behind. We leave no noodle behind. Now you're gonna get in here and stir a little bit. Make sure the pasta can properly absorb all these juices. And now this part is where I tinker. So basically you just put in all this other stuff that you already put in before. Let me get some oil. I'm a pepper guy, so I'm gonna be a little heavy-handed with the amount of pepper I throw in here. Basil leaves. Again, if you've got fresh parsley or fresh cilantro, you could pop that in right now. I like to put oregano in because, again, I like making everything taste like pizza. I mean, don't take her too much. What you're really doing is letting the clams and the ingredients do their own job. You know, like it's not really, you're not really doing anything. You're just really understanding things that go together and how they work together and how they're going to absorb and create the best flavor. So, and you know, the secret to this is just fresh. If you're working with fresh ingredients, you can't go wrong. That's really the secret to any of this stuff. But again, even if none of these ingredients were fresh, you could still put them together and just create a really delicious dish. So, pop in some salt. If you were working with fresh clams and not frozen, this is actually the point when the clams will start opening and you know you'd be done. All right, and once it all comes together, we're pretty much set. All right. Clams with linguine sauce. Gotcha. No, it's linguine with clam sauce. This smells delicious. Oh man, this smells really, really good. Yeah, not that pretty with the plating, but fresh grated cheese at the very end is a nice little touch. Sometimes I put a little bit too much cheese on at times. You know me, I can never have too much red pepper. All right, let's see. Let's see if I screw this up at all. I don't think I did. It smells amazing, so I don't think it'll turn out bad. Here we go. Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh man. I can't wait for my wife to try this. This is really good. Oh my god. All right. So that's it. See how simple that was? And it's really just working with the right ingredients. Fresh is always better, but frozen's fine. But really, like I said, cooking is, especially Italian cooking, or really any cooking is cooking with love, because love requires patience. And even this, the hardest thing was chopping the garlic. The rest of it was just waiting, letting the ingredients do their thing, and just wanting to care that the end result comes out as best as it can, because you're feeding the people you love, right? Or you're feeding yourself, and you love yourself. So, yeah, remember that when you're cooking. Simple, easy. Yeah, nothing more to say. So, I hope you enjoyed this little segment of cooking with Manus. Yeah, and be safe and love each other. And then because when you love each other, your food comes out better. All right, bye-bye.